And hello! Today we're talking about these tiny speakers. And I've talked about these tiny speakers a lot in videos, but never really did a review or tell you why I love them in all my rooms. Now there's a reason. We have Mark II. And with Mark II of the iLoud IK something tiny speakers, that's what the name is, comes the ability to run the X Monitor software, which we're going to get into later, but that literally turns these into an iPhone speaker, a TV speaker, NS10s, or almost anything else. And the problem, I know what you're going to say, but Henning, these are not real speakers. They don't have 8s, they don't have 6s. They're plastic. Look how tiny they are. I've heard that before. It's easy to mistake them for toys, which they're not. Obviously, before we can mistake them for anything, we have to take them out of the box, which we're going to do now.
Of the water, long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, the trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I know. See the line with the sky to see, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. The wind in my sail on the sea.
You're gonna say, well, Henning, but why are they here and why do you use them in all the other studios? Well, if they're so good, why don't you use them in this studio? Well, I use the big brothers and sisters, the iLoud Precision MTM, which are even gooder than these. They're also 4 times the price, I think. So just for shits and giggles, I have a now pretty old unboxing video of these. I'm going to show you what that looks like.
The wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me. One day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I believe with pride we make us strong.
Now, just like the iLoud Mark II, MTM, I think that's, no, yeah, iLoud MTM Mark II, that's what they're called. These work with the, I've always had to check, X Monitor software and also with a little remote, and you can very easily turn them into really almost anything. And the great thing about that is you can have different mixing environments with one set of speakers at the click of a button, and you don't have to have these speakers and then small speakers and the oratones and all these, what we're used to, all these different things. So these come on these little stands, as you might have seen in the unboxing, and with one screw, you can easily change the angle depending on where they're sitting. Now, we're gonna try this in the studio that they're going into. You can even have them horizontal instead of vertical with these little rubber things which fit perfectly in here. So we're going to try that, and I'm really curious if I can replace my speakers in the other room with these. In the back, we don't have a lot of connections. We have USB, which you need in order to hook them up with X Monitor. And it's not a bad idea if they're in a mixing environment where you have to change sounds. You have a main volume, a combo input, which is great if you want to use 1/4-inch input for the included ARC microphone. And then you have an EQ, whether it's flat, disc, or to calibrate. So right now it would actually be on the calibrated setting that the speaker learned. Gonna get into that. And that's of course input sensitivity. So there's basic calibration you can do here for how they sit. However, that's really what the software does. And then there's an on-off button. They are light. The best thing is they're ridiculously small. They are possibly the smallest speakers with the biggest sound on the market. There's also a nice way to grab them right here. And that's actually the sound hole. But that's how I carry them. Is this a video that IK is paying me for? First of all, no. Product was exchanged. Product was exchanged before. I mean, I have a lot of these. And I said I would love to make this video because I am a diehard fan of these iLoud speakers. As you can tell, I have the big ones right here. And we're going to go on a little tour right now. And I'm going to show you where I have them. Then we listen to them. And then we install them in the studio. And if you still don't believe that I'm a fan, I did not put them all over the street just for shits and giggles. I actually use them because the best sound in the smallest chassis possibly on the market. So we don't have things turned on right here. But let's see if we can swivel some things. Okay, here we go. This is the control room for Studio A. And what do you see? That's Mark 1 of the iLoud. Because tiny absolutely does the job. This is how Leslie listens to me talk about very, very interesting things about pedals and just the most interesting videos that definitely don't make her fall asleep or play on her phone and look at Instagram. Definitely not. So, iLoud. Editing suite for Studio C. Now I needed something that fits to the left and right of the table. It's not ridiculously big because it just isn't that much space. This is the video editing station. We don't really mix here, but we still need a good audio. And you know what? They also come in white. Looks perfect. They were absolutely the right solution for this room. And we move on.
I'm satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside's a different song. What is wrong with me?
So we have another control room here. This is the control room for Studio B. And now I know that Rafa has a laptop that needs to be there. Rafa, laptop. But tell me what speaker can fit here. I mean, look at the space we have. There are speakers you can put there. Stay right there. I'll show you what I bought for there. So, I'm sorry, Elises. IK isn't telling me to say this. I bought these for here. You know what? I thought just to hear some talking and some just monitor audio. This is fine. 99 bucks. Set of these. I put them there. They had zero volume, like absolutely nothing. And then whatever volume was there, whenever you cranked it up a tiny bit more, it was distorted to bits. They were absolute 99 bucks, fully down the drain. Useless. So I called up IK, said, can we do iLouds in here? And thank you for that, because tiny setup, perfect sound. Overkill for here, but I am so thankful that I know these very nice people. You've seen 3 editing stations. We will equip the newest control room in Studio C with the new iLoud Mark II. And first we're going to look at the software, calibration, and where the magic can actually happen with these. Please grab headphones or earbuds. If you're on your mobile device right now on the toilet, maybe finish your business and then grab some headphones or some earbuds, because without it, you will not experience what is coming, because I'm using binaural mics, meaning it was actually recorded with fake ears. So if you listen back with headphones, you have an approximation of what it's like to sit in the spot where I'm sitting. So please do that if you're actually interested in what's happening. I'll see you there.
The signs on the sea, it's blinding, but no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find
hope you can hear me because I'm should be on your right now because I'm talking into the right ear of let's see, there is. Hopefully there's a level. These binaural mic-y things, they are ears. So with headphones now, you're not gonna get the experience of sitting there, but you're gonna get something close. And when I switch the different speaker models, you will actually hopefully hear a difference. And I'm sorry that I'm only on your right, but of course you have to be right there, right? This is what it sounds like when I go to large disk, meaning I have all these different profiles here, and I can say large disk standing free, which is exactly what's happening. And right now the model is MTM MkII, so the speakers sound the way that the speakers sound, and of course they are connected left and right. The software knows it's left and right because of the USB connection. So we're gonna play this song. I'm going to start by switching to different speaker models. Now there are 4 on this remote right here, or on these 4 buttons, which I could map to this remote. But I don't know if the small ones have it. I actually have this for my MTM Precision, for the big ones, which you can see back there, because they're of course also IK Multimedia. So there I can actually have a dim, I have a mute, and 2 different sounds. I don't know if they allow that, but they definitely allow it in the software. So I'm going to switch to the high-end 3-way AMT7 in the white 90s, which of course is going to give us the good old shit sound that made all these mixes so great, because you had to make it sound good on them.
I've been staring at the edge of the water, so I can remember, never really knowing why. I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to water, no matter how hard I try. Turn, I take the trail.
Now up here in the menu, we have a lot more. We have all these different speakers. We have hi-fi speakers, and we have multimedia stuff. So if you want to hear it, which is great if you're doing stuff for TV, on a 49-inch TV with the tiny little shit speakers that go towards the wall, and I don't know why people don't buy extra speakers for the TVs, it'll sound like that. And then also a smartphone, so I'm going to show you that, which is very convenient because the kids nowadays, the TikTok generation, listens on smartphones. So one of the problems in this room is, it's a nice room, but any room adds something and subtracts something. So a good idea is to measure with the mic that comes with it the different positions where you're sitting. It's very easy. I'm going to show you how we did that to teach the speakers the room so they can, through the software, adjust so that the room doesn't really enter into it anymore. Whatever it adds or subtracts, the speakers will compensate. I think that's kind of how to explain it. Let me show you how that's done. So now, instead of using the large desk setup, and there's of course a lot more which you can't see because it goes down here, you know, mid-range focus, dampened room, extra bottom, blah blah blah. Now you just turn on the arc, which we calibrated, and now it's on custom, and I will show you before and after. Of course, this is the before for the two speakers, and this is the after for the two speakers. And you can see the room had quite a bit of low end and low mid-range bump, and it is being compensated for, so it will sound quite a bit more sterile and quite a bit more sub bass here, which these really can do. It's pretty crazy. So before on the large desk free setting, here we go. So on this setting without the arc calibration adjustment, I would probably think that my mix is low endy enough and warm enough. But by turning that on, I can hear I need some more warmth and some more fullness down there in reality, and I would mix it accordingly. Pretty clever. Now, of course, you set this up pretty much, which is what I did for my big ones. You set it up once, and then you set and forget. But you could go in and say, well, now I want to check it on, you know, the white 90s, the white 80s, of course, NS10s, they can say that. And you could do these things during a mix, and just the one set of speakers will actually be a whole bunch of speakers. I don't know how much you could hear through the ears, but that's the only way I can possibly convey these differences and what the speakers can do. And I have to say, I mean, I do prefer the big kahunas here, but holy crap, do these sound huge and amazing. They just look like toys, but they really are not. So we're now in the control room for Studio C, and we're using these KSD 5s, I think C5s they're called. They're absolutely massively brilliant speakers. They're standard speakers. They got the one sound, but oh my god, for the size, it's an amazing sound. They are also, one is as much as a pair of the IKs, so not really comparable, but sound-wise they are comparable. But the reason why I use them here is because when the iLouds are upright like this, they're too high. But now that we can lay them down, we'll try to put them here and replace the KSDs, which are great.
What's beyond that line? Will I cross that line? The line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. It's the wind in my sail or the sea stays behind me. One day I'll know how far I'll go.
I mean, look at the desk now. It felt cramped. It was definitely, even though those KSDs are small, they were still too big. And now, this is all perfect. This is really nice now. And is it a compromise in sound? Absolutely not. So in summary, put them this way, stands included. Arc measuring software mic comes with it. Sounds big, sounds any way you want, fits into the tiniest spaces. Are not toys. Not the cheapest speakers on the market, they're $7.99 for the pair. that will make you feel weird because, yeah, well, you're buying these tiny things, and for $7.99 I can buy bigger speakers, and you can. There are Cali Audio makes some great speakers, some bigger cones. But when it comes to the performance, you're getting more than $7.99. Am I saying this because there's something in it for me? No, I literally use them in 5 studios. 5. The reason? They're good. Links below to all the shops where I can actually make some money on this video. Thank you very much for possibly supporting me. And animals at the end.
Don't go giving your love. Don't go giving your love away. It's what they say. Don't go giving your love. Don't go giving your love away so easily. So you had your time, and now you worry about what the people think.